Chapter 1.
A Long Walk to Water is a true story that took place in a Sudanese village in 1985 at a time when the country was going through a civil war. The story alternates between two characters, Salva and Nia. Salva is an 11-year-old boy who became one of the lost boys of Sudan during civil war in 1985. The lost boys covered the African continent on foot as they searched for their families and safe place to stay. In 2008, an 11-year-old Sudanese girl named Nia was fetching water every day from a pond. That was a 2-hour walk from her home.
Chapter 2.
One fine morning when Salva was at school, not far from his village, at the sounds of gunshots, his teacher yelled to everyone to run as fast as possible. In the chaos, Salva got separated from his family. He stayed with an elderly woman for a few nights, but eventually, he left as the lady informed Salva that she has no food or water to give. Salva left her place and joined a group of village residents, in the hope to find a refugee camp where he will be safe. After days of wandering across Sudan, he found a boy in another group, whose name was Mariel. A few weeks later, Salva found his uncle Juir, who took care of him. They both joined a group searching for water, which was the biggest challenge. They were able to survive without food, but looking for water was the hardest. Finally, they reached the river Nile and attempted to cross it. Everyone crossed to an island of fishermen by building boats out of reeds. The refugees enjoyed more food here. After the mind-numbing hunger they had for months, afterwards, they proceed on their journey to Ethiopia. After many hardships, Salva was able to reach Ethiopia, where he stayed for 6 years. He then moved to Kenya. It took him 1.5 years to reach Kenya. He stayed in a refugee camp where he was finally adopted by an American family. He went to USA and studied hard while trying to find his family. He was finally reunited with his family in 2003, but they were in a bad condition due to a lack of clean water. He then started working with organizations to build wells across Sudanese villages to overcome the shortage of water.
Chapter 3.
The story of Nia begins as a second storyline, which takes place between 2008 and 2009. Nia used to fetch water for her family from the large pond, which is located miles away from her village. It was exhausting, but her family depended on her. One day, she witnessed the villagers started clearing land in the center of the village for construction. At first, Nia couldn't understand what the men were building. As the months went by, she learnt that a well was constructed to provide clean water to the villagers. By the end of 2009, the well was ready. Nia was overjoyed to learn that she will no longer walk miles every day to get water, since there will be clean water available for all in the center of the village. She also learnt that there will be a school for girls, an option that was previously unavailable to most South Sudanese girls, who were expected to spend their time fetching water which was not contaminated. It was then revealed that Salva was the one doing all this work for the betterment of the people of Sudan.